And we're back. So, yes, bottlenecks. I've been running around in circles trying to get the factory limping along well enough that we can continue with our builds here and our builds here. And nothing is working. And the reason nothing's working is because our hydrofluoric acid production is rubbish, and our hydrofluoric acid production is rubbish because we don't have the dirty water to support it. And anyway, I don't think this is enough hydrofluoric acid. There's a whole chain of events that follows on from hydrofluoric acid being rubbish, which basically means that circuits don't get made. So let's very quickly see if we can botch together a hydrofluoric acid build. And then it's actually on our list of to-do tasks, isn't it? Scale hydrofluoric acid. So let's take that off. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to make a hydrofluoric acid build. And the signal for this is not kerosene, hydrofluoric acid. The product is hydrofluoric acid. I have no idea how much. I just need it to be a beaconed module. So this looks like it's only a tiny amount, 10k, but we're going to run through the whole build, and then we will fiddle around with the quantities once we have a build. And we will, fingers crossed, be able to drop one of these down, and our factory will start working again. Okay, so we have a byproduct. I'm going to deal with that later, but that does mean we need the matrix solver, because I ideally want to run without byproducts. Okay, we need fluorite, and this requires dirty water. Okay, and we can make dirty water in a ton of different ways, from sand, from slag, from stone. And then it's made by these washing processes, and it's made, yeah. So I think stone is the easiest thing to make it from. Sulfuric acid we will import. And then our acid water, what do I want to do with it? I think I want to turn it into sulfur. We'll unrestrict water because we can always pump that in. Okay, and then the water we can turn into sulfuric acid, which we will consume. Okay, we need to unrestrict something else. Can't be the hydrofluoric acid, otherwise it will zero the recipes out. It can't. Acid water is something we want to. Let's do acid water for now. Okay, so that says it needs acid water as an ingredient. I think we want to send sulfuric acid. Get rid of that. Yeah, because I'm happy to import sulfuric acid. That's pretty good. Then we have crushed iron. We're going to crush it from ingots. Okay, and then I'm pretty sure this is the wrong crusher. There we are. All right. So this just takes in stone, iron ingots, water, and sulfuric acid. The stone we can get from a stone quarry. Let's make sure it's the electric quarry so that we don't have to think about fuel. Okay, so this just takes in a shed load of water. I nearly said a completely different rude word there. Okay, and that seems to be a build. I'm just looking at the numbers of machines here. So 1, 3, 6. It's quite a few machines. Let's double the output to, to 20. Okay. Okay, so this is 1.1111 machines. So, well, actually, why am I doing this? Because I should be adding modules and beacons everywhere. All right, let's do this. So first of all, let's see what we can put productivity modules in. Okay. Then we are going to see, we'll beacon everything. Great, and then we're going to scale this up towards whole machines. So 20k looks like, so if 20k is 0.2, how are we actually 0.2? Yeah, we are actually 0.2. So if 20k is 0.2, then 100k is one whole machine. Okay, so this would be a build where we have one chemical plant making our hydrofluoric acid. We'd have 4 machines making the fluorite, 3 machines making the dirty water, 3 machines for... this build says it produces sulfur. Let's double check we're not doing anything stupid here. So I'm just looking. I do want to make sure that we aren't... Yeah, I think this works. So this is a sulfuric acid positive build. I had not seen that coming. Let's just check on our side products what else we could do. So sulfuric acid I think is the sensible one. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Okay, so this is actually positive for sulfuric acid. Amazing. So no, I'm making it from sulfur, but the sulfur is coming from the acidic water we're making. And the acidic water comes from here. That is crazy. And I guess it's the power of the prod mods, right? Right, so this build does require 15 stone quarries. Now, this is reminiscent of some of our other builds, isn't it? So let's hide that away. So let's head over to... Yeah, so this is, I think, a 16 quarry provider. So alright, so we're going to copy-paste this. So the stone quarries are going to go in one build. Then we have 1, 3, 6, 9... 13, 14 machines. I don't think 14 machines are going to fit in a single place. So, right, let's have a look at the map for where we have somewhere we can build. All right, possibly this strip here. I'm just going to clear the trees while hoping that nothing bad happens. Okay. Good. All right. So that's done. We can restamp the floors. Good. All right, so step number 1, we already have this build. So let's take it. So this will provide our stone. And that can go here. All right, so that's this done. Then we have all the rest of these things. I'm going to stamp down a... beacons here, here, and here, because I think we're possibly going to look at 3 or more. Okay, so we need the stone. Oh, hang on, the stone... Does the stone even get crushed? No, the stone doesn't get crushed, does it? Because we are putting the stone into advanced chemical plants. That's not the right one. It's this one. Okay, so we have these three. Okay, so, does this fit? Okay, so let's take this away. And this away. And this and this. So can I fit this in this gap? I'm wondering if this says we need 3 of them. Let's go back and see what happens if I put speed modules in them. So it's 2.6. So let's imagine that I put in speed modules. 1.7. $1.9. Okay. Okay, so that's a nice bodge. So there and there. So if I can plumb these in. All right. I'm just removing these arms. We can gain an extra tile out this way. There we go. So then we would have one machine this side. Then if I move this again, there. Okay, I'm not enamored with this build. It doesn't fit this side, does it? So what's got on here? Okay, these definitely reach out one more tile than the flooring says. And, they reach out one fewer tiles this side. Okay, so this is why... I hope... Yeah, okay. I'm just checking these are correct. Okay, so these now correctly follow the concrete. Grab that, put it back 1. Okay. Take all these arms out again. Okay. So I just need to get the stone into these machines now. So let's try and set it up once. So that deals with this one. That deals with that one. That's that one. And that's that one. Yeah. So that, I think, is the 4 inserters for the 4 drills. Okay. Then we should have a similar type situation up here. We don't have a similar situation. Okay. Let's grab this. So So this would be there to there. Okay, I'm just shortening these arms because the shorter they are, the quicker they swing. And the quicker they swing, the less time they spend swinging. There. Alright, so then we will have water in. And how much water in are these? 31k. I think... Let's just double check that we can do that with a single pump. Okay, so I need my water pump. So this says it can do 1200 per second. And this is per minute, so that's fine. Unless I really can't add up, that is absolutely fine. Okay. And I think we can just reuse the same pipe to here. That should be all right. I'm just going to... I can't run a rate calculator because we don't have... There we go. So that's fine. All right. So then we have outputs. Let's run it to there just so that we have it run. Okay. Then the next thing. Yep. Let's just double check these are actually where I expect. Yeah, they are. So that's all correct. I have no idea what's... oh well, never mind. So this is done. So then we have all of this to do. So, first things first. This is the one we actually care about. And it has two inputs. Water, so let's move that around that side. Sulfuric acid produces acidic water and the product we actually want. All right, so this has a solids input, which is fluorite, water and sulfuric acid. These things are fairly straightforward. I can put them anywhere and just run a cable. All right, we have two advanced chemical plants which are making the dirty water. That we've already done. All right. So then next we have the advanced chemical plants. And these are taking in the acidic water. Okay. So these things, they take in acidic water, produce water, and they dump out sulfur. So I don't think that's fine. Let's move these out a bit further. Yep. All right. So that's the acidic water dealt with. Then they have a water output, which we'll need to do something with. There's going to be a water economy here. I think if I add a tank, can I find tanks in my... No. Let's look on the map for a build which would have a tank. Are there some around here? No, 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 no. No. Where's the petrochem? Here. Do we have no tanks in our petrochem builds? That is pretty amazing. Okay. Where else was I using tanks? Nuclear builds? Yeah. Alright. So, one option is to have a tank here and only enable filling the tank here when we have an underflow. I've found that I have to do this with pumps really because there's so much back pressure from the water pump. Okay. So we'll set a limit of everything is less than 5,000. So this will only top up the tank when there's less than 5,000 in it. That's good. Okay, so that's the water dealt with. So we can join the water back however is convenient. All right, so we've done that. We have done these sulfur machines, although they need an output for their sulfur. Okay, then we have these plants which are producing sulfuric acid, which will go in here. All right. And these need sulfur, and they need crushed iron, and water. Good. So I think it's going to be easier yeah, I think this is better because then we have more room to route other things. So this needs water. There. This water, where do I even bring it in? Might be easier to bring it underneath. Okay. All right, so that's water everywhere. So this produces sulfur, this consumes sulfur. So I need to bring a sulfur belt around the outside. And I think that is actually something I can do around the outside. So if we underground like that. Have I just done this a really stupid way? Yes, I have. That. All right. So, what am I even doing? All right. How much sulfur is this shifting? 2.5 K per minute. That is a lot. Okay, so I think it is a blue belt. All right. And I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. So I think we need a blue splitter here. Okay, and a blue splitter here. I think that is then the sulfur we need. All right, and then we need to get the sulfur in. Good. And again, I'm going to use loaders because it's just a lot of material. Let's find the corners here. And we can probably put it with a splitter. Good, so that is the sulfur routed. Let's power this up because the blinking is annoying me. Good. All right, so we've got sulfur, we've got water, this build is done. This has water, it needs crushed iron. So the crushed iron machine here. Okay, and then we can just use a couple of arms, I think, to feed that across. that one, and that one. Yep, that's correct. So then this will need iron, and I'll figure out where to route the iron from in a minute. We can set the badge for this to hydroflouric acid. This is turning into a longer episode than I was expecting, but needs must and all that. Good. All right. Okay, so the next thing, we've done the crusher, although we haven't yet supplied it with ingots. Let's do that the simplest, stupidest way we possibly can. I know we don't need to use blue belts, but I don't really like making builds which mix and match. Okay, that shouldn't be red. That should be a blue one. And we should be requesting iron ingots. Yeah, it's definitely iron, not steel. Okay, then we can put a truck in here and here. I know it's tempting fate to add trucks before we're ready, but you know. Then that's the sulfuric acid build done. What we have left are the 4 machines here. All right, can we fit 4 in? I'm trying to find a good way to fit them. So that is 3. And that's a 4th. This is quite a spaghetti build, isn't it? Alright, so these should produce 600 and something fluorite for the cost of 15k dirty water. Okay. Good. That's obviously quite unbalanced, so if we do that, that's now balanced. These don't require anything else, it's just the dirty water. And then I need to get that into here, which we can probably do. Oh, didn't mean, yeah, I did mean that. All right. Alright, so I think now we can run a belt. Good. So this now has everything it needs except sulfuric acid. Okay, then we need a sulfuric acid export, don't we? Because it's net positive for sulfuric acid. Yeah. So we need a second one of these, and where is the sulfuric acid pipe? It's this one here. So I need a second export route. That doesn't fit. And we're already using the real estate here. I'd kind of like it to be there, but I can't see how to route the pipe. Okay, the other option is, let's move this to there. We'll move the other one as well for the sake of cleanliness. Okay. So. That there. Leave a gap. And I'm going to put an... I'm going to do an overflow valve, because I want the sulfuric acid to go around the system before it comes out of the system. Okay. There we go. Alright, so I think all we need now is a single piece of sulfur to bootstrap the system. Now, I really want to be able to copy-paste this whole shenanigans. I want to be able to copy-paste it without needing to think at all about commissioning it by manually dropping in a piece of sulfur. So what I need is something where I'll insert a piece of sulfur, but only while it's needed. Okay. So let's imagine we have a request a chest there. We are going to request and it is sulfur. Then we're going to add a wire. Oh, I can't add a wire to this. That is frustrating. Okay. Sorry, keyboard's going mad again. Alright, so what else could we do here? I want to wire it up to say only supply sulfur while there is no sulfur in the system. How will I know? Oh, I know how I'll know. Alright, let's make these read belt contents hold. Okay, so this I want to enable when everything is greater than 0. Alright, so what this should do is scan this sulfur belt. Whenever there is sulfur on this belt, this arm will be disabled. It's currently enabled because there's no sulfur on the belt, and this should just bootstrap up. We have no sulfur in the system. That is absolutely crazy. Well, I must have deconstructed so much sulfur over the various things. Alright, so let's just fix that then. We need some sulfur. I did not see that coming. Alright, so let's drop a truck there. And we're going to need some boxes, I guess. And I guess we need a box there just in case. Okay. What else do we need to do? So this is going to be where I wrap it up today. However, I'm going to grab a bit of this by hand just because... Alright. I just want to get the cycle going. Okay, so this machine is running at a rubbish speed. So we should now be getting sulfuric acid in here. We have hydroflouric acid already. We have some sulfur going around. Good, so the system's booted up, and as and when that truck gets to where it needs to go, the next time we stamp one of these down, it will be self-contained. The only other thing I think we need to deal with is we have some other sulfuric acid builds. Yeah. So I may need to circuit control those so that they limit themselves, so that this is where sulfuric acid is grabbed from if it is needed. But apart from that, I think we are good to go. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.